Check it out.
Hey, Q.
It's a broke day, but everything is okay. I'm up all night, but everything is alright. It's a rough week and I don't get enough sleep. It's a long year, pretending I belong here. It's a broke day, but everything is okay. I'm up all night, but everything is alright. It's a rough week and I don't get enough sleep. It's a long year, pretending I belong here.
So, what were you saying about Bel Air?
I just was asking if you watched the new season at all.
I haven't watched the new season, no. I think I only got like, I'm on episode, season 3, or season 2 at least, I think.
That's the new season.
Is it?
Yeah, I think there's only 2 or 3 episodes of it. It's not too bad. I definitely like the first season more so far, but they're getting into other things into this one.
I get what they were trying to do with it, and I do enjoy the drama aspect of it.
It's a much darker twist on Fresh Prince.
But for me, I'm a fan of the old one. You know, this sitcom style, not so Hollywood version of Fresh Prince.
I mean, it's no different than other movie remakes. They got to put like a darker twist on it now. Like I think if you compare the two, they're not in the same league. So you got to view them differently.
They should have did an animated version of it before they did like a complete revamp.
Yeah. I'm curious as to what Will Smith's blacklisting basically is going to turn that show into, because he is the executive producer.
He's only blacklisted from the fucking Emmys. He's not blacklisted from the shit period. He just did that movie. Just can't remember what it's called, but it's another slave movie, Emancipation or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just reading some stuff on it the other day, talking about how it's definitely hurting his career though. Which, to me, it kind of goes back to that thing with Justice League we were talking about. Dude, so many stars have done way more than other stars, and it's like the ones with the least altercations tend to get the biggest slap on the wrist.
Did you watch Chris Rock's new comedy special?
No, I did not.
Pull up his Will Smith jokes. He kind of fucking went pretty hard on Will Smith. They're insane. I personally didn't think that the special was that good, but when he's talking about Will Smith, your best bet might just be to go to YouTube and that was the name of the special, I think. But yeah, I think your best bet would just be to go to YouTube.
One of Chris Rock's Will Smith jokes gets edited out on his Netflix special.
It was live. How did they edit it out?
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
No, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico could have...
That, of course. Can't believe that lizard's still kicking, bro.
That's all right. We can edit that out of there.
That lizard's still kicking.
That's probably like the 6th or 7th one, I'd imagine.
How do you kill the Taco Bell Chihuahua, but that thing's still alive?
Almost a year after actor Will Smith slapped him on stage at the Oscars, Saturday night comedian Chris Rock hit back hard.
Y'all know what happened to me. Getting smacked by Suge Smith. Everybody knows. I got summertime ringing in my ear.
Rock performing in Baltimore
they
in
killed
a
that
sold-out show titled Selective Outrage for the first show ever streamed live on Netflix.
I'm trying to do a show tonight without offending nobody.
I'm ready to hear his perspective.
I want to laugh my off.
Fans anticipating for months whether he...
It was really crazy because they did it like live. It was like a live premiere on Netflix.
In the closing minutes of his 1-hour show, Rock gave his answer.
Yeah, this shit right here.
She started this. A lot of people go, Chris, how come you didn't do nothing back? I got parents. And you know what my parents taught me? Don't fight in front of white people.
He's entitled to say his truth.
I'm even happier that he's making money out of it. I think the show was funny as hell.
This is actually what I was expecting from Chris Rock, was exactly this form of satire where he makes everyone uncomfortable.
Others thought it was vicious.
Mean-spirited, vindictive, misogynistic. Talking two sides out of your mouth and saying that my parents raised me moments after you call
we don't have to watch that
someone's
anymore.
wife the
But
B-word.
he was talking a bunch of fucking shit about
A feeling of
Chris Rock. And Will Smith came out on the news. That's probably what that is, and was talking shit.
That one was actually where he publicly apologized for smacking
was it?
Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. A little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. Huh.
Yeah, I don't think any of that shit's from his new special.
No, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it at all.
What do you think about Chris Rock, though? Where do you rate him, comedy-wise?
Chris Rock's one of the GOATs. But
You really think so?
I mean, let me not say GOAT, I guess. He's one of the classics.
I don't even think he's top 25, dude.
Not these days, no. But he's a classic comedian. Right? Like when you grow up thinking about comedians from when you were young, that's where Chris Rock stands.
I think his movies stand.
That makes
Stand
more
up.
sense.
So his movies, I'd say you're right.
As a comedic actor.
He's probably top 10.
Yeah, as a comedic actor, I agree.
But as far as stand-up
I'm
comedians,
still a bigger Chris Tucker fan
Absolutely.
than I am Chris Rock.
he's the better Chris. For sure.
He's the better Chris, dude. Absolutely.
But even then, Chris Tucker's got a stand-up special out that's not that old, or maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong. It might be a little older than I think it is, but
My favorite comedian right now is Bert Kreischer. I can't top Bert Kreischer. He is my favorite.
my favorite comedian right now is this dude on TikTok. He basically just sits down in the crowd. He's this big black dude who just like sits down in the crowd and roasts people. I can't remember what his name is. I follow him on TikTok. We're filming on my phone right now, so I can't really go get it and fucking figure out what it is. But
Can you access TikTok on the web?
you can, but then again, it's got to send a text message to my phone.
Well, I can.
Do you have a TikTok? Yeah, you do have a
Yeah,
TikTok.
you send me shit on
Oh, yeah,
TikTok.
okay.
Oh, sorry.
I just, I watch more Instagram reels than I do TikTok.
This fucking joint keeps going out. This goddamn joint.
I wouldn't even know what to search to find that.
Type in comedian roasting crowd.
Oh, what is that other guy's name? Skinnier white guy. I want to say his name's Matt something. He's all over.
He's from
Instagram.
Ohio, right?
Yeah, real pretty boy. But
He's funny as shit, though.
He's
right?
funnier than
He's
hell,
super
dude.
funny. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, too. Matt Rife.
Matt Rife.
Yeah.
That's his name.
He's good. No, he's always like sitting in a chair in a comedy club roasting white people, but it's fucking funny, dude. I
I
might
just set up this computer to just listen to what we're talking to and like automatically pull shit up.
You just got to get good as good as Jamie from the Joe Rogan Experience,
Well, I need a table.
bro.
If I could sit in front of the computer rather than off to the side, like it'd be a little bit easier, man. Once we get out of here, we'll get into a space. Be a lot easier. We got room to pull stuff up. I can double screen.
Yeah, we have to
Growing
have
pains.
we have to have a screen that like we can just look at, that is mirroring your computer.
Yeah, so I mean, like my office is set up. Basically, I got 2 screens. If I wanted to hook this in, I could use it as a 3rd screen.
Yeah.
2 separate screens, drag it over to this one if I wanted to, while keeping this one separate. I've got multiple displays set up at the office. That's what I would need.
Dude, I was thinking, even if we don't use the shop that you're in now, what if we rented one of those?
Well, it wouldn't be the shop that I'm in now. It'd be a space when we build a new shop.
Okay, well, whatever that fucking situation is, what if we just rented one of those prefabricated sheds?
We could. There's an office space in Missoula Plains Exchange right now for $250 a month.
That's it? Fuck. How serious you want to get?
We'd have to start making it a job during the work week.
I want to make money with this before we start investing that kind of money.
The only reason I say that is if we're in an office space and
we're
whatnot.
going to cut all of this out of here.
That's fair.
Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how it sounds.
We're brainstorming, man.
Yeah.
People will listen to it. But I mean, I've got Ava on the weekend, so if we've got an office space, it becomes a little bit more difficult, right? And so, like, we got to work around that schedule. Kids are over there playing right now.
Honestly
that
think,
works.
I personally think that we should do if we had an office space, we could do it on a weeknight.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
On a weeknight. Like, schedule it like part of our week is essentially what I was getting at.
Yes. We could even do like 2-3 episodes a week. Hey,
Tune in live at 7 p.m., people. I'm getting wasted.
It would have to be. It would have to be. I think we'll have to get more interest of people wanting to be on the podcast before.
Oh, I agree. Get an expansive of listeners too.
Because I mean, yeah, it's cool that we talk to each other, but I'm sure we could probably actually there's a lot of content there.
There's a lot of content there. It's a lot of content.
Yeah. I haven't even asked you if you want to hit this joint yet. Do you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good right now.
It's always the same fucking answer. This guy.
Dude, last time I got so stoned to take a nap on your bed, okay? Like, I'm good off of a dab hit for a while.
That's all right. No peer pressure here, folks.
Says the guy who called me a pussy last time.
It was a joke. I'm not seeing that guy at all.
I wasn't either.
On your screen.
I stopped looking. I pulled up Matt Rife.
Matt Rife is a funny guy, dude. Whatever you do, save the videos that you play, because I'm going to have to go back and get those and download them.
Take a 2-hour shack breakfast. Well, I have it sounds like you should have been in there by like hour 1. You thinking about your son? Oh, that boy is fucking. How old is your son? He's 15? Oh, yeah. Don't touch his towels.
Don't touch his towels.
Husband? For how long?
God damn.
15 years? That's all. You need a time for this? 15-year-old child, 15-year-old marriage. I'm sure that's a coincidence. Of course. And when you first met him, what was his red flag? What were you like, I'm a little past it right now?
I married my drug dealer.
Nice.
She said, I
Fuck
married
yes.
my drug dealer.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Dude,
like,
this whole new generation of Yeah,
comedians.
Just pause that shit.
They're fucking ruthless, dude.
This whole new generation of everybody is absolutely fucking crazy. Dude, they're literally insane. Like, have you seen these new kids skateboarding?
Yeah, I've seen some videos of it.
There's this 9-year-old kid, dude, that is probably as good as Rodney Mullen in his prime. With flat ground skateboarding. Like, it's insane. I just seen him last night. It's fucking crazy. And then there's other kids that probably 17, 18-year-old kids that are fucking basically like watching Skate 3. The amount of shit that they can do on a skateboard is fucking insane. But these new comedians and shit too, they're probably not even new, is the crazy part about it. We just never heard of them until now because they're getting famous on TikTok.
Well, they are, but our interests were also different when we were younger too. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, what's the chances of us knowing an open mic comedian from Utah growing up in Montana? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you're not wrong.
It's not like we went to high school with Matt Rife. You know, there's actually somebody we went to high school with. I don't want to say his name because I don't know if he'd be okay with that, but he did a stand-up comedy shit in Atlanta. Did you ever see that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
It was so good, but then I talked to him, and he said he was probably never going to do it again. He said
Till we asked him to come join us for a day.
Dude, he said he fucking hated it. He said he didn't
Really?
like it at all. Yeah. He said he's never going to do it again. And I was actually disappointed because what I watched was good.
He's just naturally funny in general.
Dude. Yeah. It was fucking
he
awesome.
ain't got no hair no more, but... Love you, buddy.
Yeah. It was just really good, and I'm really disappointed that he's not going to do it. So, you know who you are. If you watch this or listen to this, keep doing comedy, dude, because you're good at it. You just got to practice. But back to what we were talking about with, like, he's probably been doing comedy for probably 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And plus with how good he is, you know, with crowd control and shit, he's definitely a practiced comedian. So that means he's done tons of open mics. Because, like, shit like rapping and shit, I can practice in my bedroom by myself to nobody. But you don't know if you're funny practicing by yourself. You have to go do stand-up comedy to practice.
You got to go sit in front of people.
That's the only way to know. And that's the only way. And you got to bomb. You got to, like, not do good, you know. Like... as a music artist, we can sit and play to ourselves in our bedroom for as long as we want to until we feel like we're good enough. And then
re-listen and re-listen and re-listen.
And then take it to a crowd when it's perfected or we feel our best about it. Stand-up comedy, you just got to write jokes and pray. You know? Just because you think something is funny doesn't mean everybody else does. Like,
no, trying to get other people to laugh is a whole nother skill. Dude, plain and simple.
And I've tried to write jokes, but I'll probably never go to an open mic and tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I've done a lot of concerts, performed a lot of concerts, and I've rarely felt all that nervous because I was confident in what I was doing before I got there.
Right.
The thought of doing an open mic stand-up comedy night absolutely fucking terrifies me.
You're either hearing crickets or you're cracking people up.
Dude, that sounds like the scariest fucking thing that you could do.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. One, I'm not that funny. Like, there's just that. I'm not that funny. I know that. I'm spontaneously funny.
My toxic trait is thinking that I can make people laugh. like I don't
sound
know.
like a TikTok video.
Dude,
my toxic trait.
Dude, like I can make my friends laugh, but I don't know if I could translate that. I can make people at work laugh sometimes, you know. But
right.
I don't know if I could translate that to standing on a fucking stage with a microphone.
Well, and there's a huge difference in it coming up naturally, which it does 90% of the time when you're talking to the people close to you, right?
That sounds so scary.
Yeah, I wouldn't try it ever.
Fucking
Nope.
terrifying.
Nope.
Maybe one day I'll grow a pair of fucking balls and try to do it.
Not me. So, this caught my attention the other day. It's on another note, other than comedy.
Oof, are we getting serious now? I'm
The
fucking
possibility.
baked. That shit.
The possibility of going to war with the Mexican cartel.
What are the chances? Tell me, Eric.
Kidnapped and killed 4 Americans.
Yeah.
Killed 2 of the Americans.
They just arrested like 5 people, I read.
They did arrest 5 people.
And
The Mexican cartel actually handed them over.
And
but
they arrested the driver, like, immediately. And
to me, though, I guess it depends who's in office. You know, if Trump was in office,
what do you think the chances that the people that got arrested actually had anything to fucking do with it?
0.
Yeah,
0. They had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
The Mexican cartel handed over a couple guys that work in their slum houses. Like, that was it.
Yeah.
That guy's indispensable. Fuck that guy. We're tying him up and giving him to the Americans. That's what happened. Had 0 to do with it.
I don't want the Mexican cartel crawling up my ass. So
No.
I don't have an opinion. But no, I hope for the sake of justice of the 2 people that were murdered that they arrested and are charging the people that did it.
I hope so too. But it doesn't change that I still think there's a good chance that American soldiers are going to be headed over to Mexico because of it. Like, it's...
I don't know.
I mean, since when do we let the Mexican cartel apologize? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you're forgiven.
These aren't the first Americans to be killed in Mexico either.
No, you're not wrong. That shit happens all the time.
These
you
are the
go down to Cancun and you get kidnapped. Like,
those are the stories that you always hear, you know, is like, don't get that the Mexican cartel will kill you. Like, don't go to random towns in Mexico because it's not safe, you know. At least that's the stories that I've always heard, and that might not be true. I mean, and I know that I know a lot of really good Mexican people that were trying to escape the cartels.
yeah, absolutely.
You know, I've met a lot of them in the construction field, and
I met some in GE and
in the fucking berry farms in Oregon. There's lots of really good people that just want to survive and feed their family, and they were all had the same story that they're running from the Mexican cartels. You know, because they're fucking killing people over there, and so this isn't anything new.
Americans' killings brought National Guard troops and an Army Special Forces outfit running patrols that heat up plaza in narco terminology. Mexican security analyst David Saquito said. There's just a lot more behind that cartel shit than we see. I mean, there's a lot involved in that cartel shit.
But isn't it pretty much common knowledge that the cartels are fucked?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, that's like, it's pretty much common knowledge too that the cartels have their hands in a lot more than just drug running. Also, you know, that's
what I mean by that.
Yeah, they're not a lot of them are. What's crazy is that there's, you know, the El Chapo cartel.
Yeah.
Well, when El Chapo got arrested, another cartel came in. Like, when El Chapo was the fucking cartel leader over there, he did good things for the communities, right? His idea was that if the communities liked him, then he wouldn't have any fucking issues, right? When he got arrested, and didn't he get killed? Did they kill El Chapo?
I can't answer that accurately.
Google it. Is he dead?
I don't think El Chapo's dead.
Okay, well then when he got arrested, another cartel came in, and instead of being like, they decided to run off of fear instead of peace. You know what I'm saying? So this new cartel are just killing people.
Oh, okay. In 13, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman killed in a gun battle between drug gangs and Guatemalan authorities, or between drug gangs, Guatemalan authorities.
So he was killed.
He was killed, yes. Yes, he was. I guess I didn't really pay enough attention to the whole El Chapo thing, but
And his son was running
murdered
his
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit's wild.
But this new cartel that stepped up is nothing to trifle with, dude. They don't care at all.
I remember that. I mean, they sent some ruthless shit out after El Chapo was killed.
They fucking essentially made American gangs obsolete. You know why? Because they weren't just killing people in Mexico. They were killing gang members in the streets of America as well.
That shit's wild. There's so much shit you could find on it here, man.
They literally have their hands in fucking everything. Literally fucking everything. It's crazy.
The Sinaloa cartel.
That was El Chapo's cartel.
Was it?
Yes. El Chapo, Jesus. I don't remember what this new cartel is called.
Well, that's what I just looked up. The cartel after the El Chapo.
Look up cartel running Mexico currently. There's tons of cartels over there.
It's still the Sinaloan cartel. It's still that main cartel. El Mayo. GGO. It's not a very good image there, but...
So maybe El Chapo's cartel was different.
Or maybe it's a Gulf cartel? That sound right? The Gulf cartel?
It could be. I don't know. All I know is the cartel is fucking ruthless.
Inside Mexico's ultra-violent Gulf cartel linked to kidnapping of Americans.
I think that is who it is.
Shit's wild to be ran like that. It's, man... So you can see, so I mean, in 2021, that's the map of cartels running areas of Mexico. Territories and conflict zones. This is 2021. Sinaloa and Juarez. Zetas in the Gulf. CJNG versus local group, Zetas. There's not a piece of Mexico that's not engulfed by a cartel.
No, yeah, they're running the whole fucking country. But this also, they're kind of running our fucking country as well. All the drugs, pretty much, that are coming here are from those guys, dude. All the fentanyl is coming from them too, at least from what the information that's being received by the public currently.
That fentanyl's nasty shit.
It'll fucking kill you. If there's some fentanyl on the handle of a fucking grocery cart and your kid touches it, that's enough to kill him.
There's people out there doing fentanyl like a regular part of their life too. It's weird.
Sure is. It's fucking crazy.
It's wild as shit.
Those little blue ones, is that what they call them? The blues?
Man, I don't know. Can't even go find a random bag of blow anymore without being worried about it killing you.
Yeah, nope, fuck that shit. Never again. That's scary.
Yeah. It's scary to think. I mean, and we put some shit in our bodies back in the years. Could you imagine with that shit? And people talked about being laced. I mean, dude, we were doing...
I wasn't worried that there was going to be something ever in the drugs that I was doing that was going to kill me.
No, you put 10 different drugs in your body at the same time and not one worry that it was going to kill you.
No.
You might live in a different universe for a little bit, but
3 or 4 days. Don't plan on doing nothing.
Man,
should probably keep to yourself in those situations. Don't. That's what happens to the, like, when people are in public and they're fucking being super weird and people are recording them. It's like, that's because they've been up for 10 days and they need to be by themselves right now.
The ground ain't staying still. Like,
it's like,
fuck, I went grocery shopping, tripping balls, you know, like.
Man, we were also doing different drugs. I mean, you know, back in those days, I mean, we were doing drugs that the U.S. government was dosing hundreds of thousands of Americans with, you know.
We were doing, I mean, minus the Molly and whatnot, you know, we're talking LSD and mushrooms and...
I can't even believe it. That was so long ago, too. 2012 was a crazy fucking year.
2012 carried into 13.
For you, not me, dude.
Well, mine carried into a couple years with some other shit after that, too, but...
No, as soon as I got over it, like... I cannot associate, like, raves and festivals. I can't not associate them to that shit, you know? So when
absolutely.
So when I think about, like, the festivals that people are, like, so excited to go to, and I'm, like, looking at everybody, and I'm like, all these people are high as fuck.
I've been there. I've done that.
You know? And it's completely, like, I'm not judging anybody, dude. It was so much fun.
Oh, it was.
But I'm not going to ever go to EDC.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's...
one of the guys that works for me actually just went to a show in Nebraska completely sober. It was completely sober.
There are people that do it.
Yeah.
100%.
There's actually a lot more now than there ever was. Back in that day, you didn't go to those things.
But I'm just saying with my experience in them, like,
I can't even listen to Transformer Sex without slightly tripping. It just doesn't work.
Dude, I mean, like, that shit was crazy. Like, I was doing so many hallucinogens that for a good solid 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 year, I couldn't focus on anything too hard without it still being a little crazy.
You take too hard of a shit, dude, and...
Dude. I mean, but when I found DMT, it was done. You know? Like, I found DMT before everybody was talking about it. You know? And so it was like, my experience with that shit was off the fucking wall. And I really think, like, my personal experience with that is what really took me out of that whole lifestyle that we were living, you know, like it, and really opened my eyes to, like, what was happening to the people around us, you know, and how it was affecting everybody's lives, what we were doing, you know, like that same weekend that I did DMT in a random concrete pit in the middle of the fucking woods outside of a festival in Montana, you know. I thought I was gonna fucking die. Like, 12 hours before that because of the amount of fucking chemicals I'd ingested in a 2-day period. You know, I was absolutely fucking terrified.
I remember, if I remember correctly, about 22 hours before you did that, you were real pissed off at me.
Yeah, dude. Like, there was we were all making really dumb fucking decisions.
Very much so.
You know, and living a really, really reckless lifestyle. So, like, I kind of attribute the two things that saved my life is DMT and my wife and kids, dude. Because honestly, if I probably would have that would have never happened either, I probably would have still been being reckless for a while.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think I'd still be doing it right now. I would hate to be 30 still doing the same fucking shit I was doing when I was 19, you know?
But there is people out there.
Yeah, I know. It's really fucking sad and scary, too. Because back to where we were, drugs are not the same as they used to be.
No, they are not. Not even. Not to mention, they shouldn't have been in our body to begin with. But now it's scary to think about what's in them now.
But that's what I was saying. Like, never once in my life did I ever eat an ecstasy pill and think that it was going to be fentanyl.
No.
Never did I have to break it up and put it in a bag and test it and make sure. You know? Like, yeah. I never once.
Granted, a lot of those were laced with meth and whatnot then. I mean, that's how they were made.
That's not what they were. That's not laced. You know?
It's not laced. Yeah, it's not laced.
You know, but also you could tell the difference when it was dirty and when it wasn't. You know? And the dirty ones still weren't going to fucking kill you.
No.
You know, at least I'm sure that they probably have but I mean, I've done ridiculous amounts of ecstasy in one single night and never thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
You know, like, but
some of them come downs had me thinking I might.
Dude, for me it was when I did too many hallucinogens mixed with too many stimulants. And it just got to, I was more scared of, like, it sounds so stupid, but of, like, the rain. Do you remember that rain, dude?
Which one?
Love Your Mother. It was a hardcore fucking rain.
Yeah, that was the same day that a couple people we know left to actually go to the gorge, and it was raining. It was that same day.
Dude, the same weekend that dude got ran over by the fucking train because he was doing too many hallucinogens.
Yeah.
Like, that whole weekend was kind of like an eye-opener. And I still was kind of fucking around for a little while after that, but that was mostly addiction, I think.
Yeah.
So I think it took a minute to really just recover from that, you know. Once I stopped being able to, once I spent all my money on shit and was spending money I didn't even have, you know, to get fucking high on cocaine that wasn't even that fucking good because we live in buttfuck Montana. So, you know, like it was a shitty experience. I could never imagine going back to that.
No.
Yeah.
Never. Mine led me into a little bit further down the hole.
Granted, I was a active musician for a lot of years too, and I never really said no, you know. But and there was some time when, yeah. Anyways, but it's never been a problem since back then. You know? It's been
absolutely.
It's been something that I would never fucking risk my life for something like that ever again.
Oh, hell no. Oh, dude. I look back at times after that because,
got too much to lose.
Mine went way deeper after that.
I know it did. And
way deeper after that. And
and it was, that shit was fucking scary. And we don't have to go into it if you don't
No,
want to.
I'm not. I don't mind going into it. I just don't think it needs to go into detail. I mean, I fucked up. I did meth. I made mistakes. I lived a part of my life that way and got sober.
I'm glad
never
you did.
to the day.
I'm fucking...
Be 8 years this July.
I'm thankful that Felicia swooped into my life and I didn't follow you into that fucking mess.
Yeah. I'm thankful too, man.
Because I fucking would have, dude. I know it.
That was a rough time, and even now, like, I look at those guys doing it, and I never fell into the quote unquote tweaker status.
Yeah.
Like, I went to work every day. I did weird shit in the garage at night, like make axe heads and fucking concrete tables, and
you were shooting at non-existent fucking drones in the sky
in a yard.
You went tweaker status
in a yard.
For
okay, I did. There was a time I did, but I never went out into
you
public.
You were living off of like fucking rainbow rope candy and fucking Oreos for.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that,
bro. Like, it got pretty bad. I'm really thankful that you got out of it. And
July 8 years ago, almost this July will be 8 years ago.
You should be really fucking proud of yourself.
That shit was nasty, and it didn't.
Not a lot of people make it out.
Didn't really do any good for my life. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. What's crazy is like the drugs that I'm afraid of doing, people are doing like casually right now.
Dude, yeah.
You know, like mushrooms fucking scare me, dude. And people are like eating them every day. You know, like
now it's like a medical treatment, microdosing, and
mushrooms don't scare me because I'm scared they're going to kill me. They're just, I've had some fucking terrible experiences with them. You know,
they can go up or down, man. I never did mushrooms without feeling like I was in a mental state. If one bit of my mind was like, no, not right now, it's not like I went, I'm gonna do it anyway. If my mind told me no, not right now, I didn't, because that was the thing about mushrooms. Your mind controlled every bit of what was about to happen.
One thing that's never been a bad time is LSD.
No, never had a bad time with LSD.
That's always been pretty fucking amazing. I haven't done that in a really long time, though.
Me neither. The only time I had a bad time on LSD was mixing it with meth when I went to Pirate Party in 2013.
Dude,
I fought a lot of demons there.
I think maybe I'll drop acid again when my kids are adults. And
I don't think I ever will.
They're like gone out doing their own thing, and they can absolutely are 100% comfortable with relying on themselves, you know. So, but I was kind of smart and had kids a little bit younger than most people do. So when I'm 40, dude, my kids are gonna be 20. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm still gonna have a lot of life left, hopefully.
Yep.
It's only 10 years. Oh my fuck.
Yeah, bud, you're about to be the dirty 30 here in days.
Fuck me.
I got a year on you. I got 9 years and I'm 40.
You know how fast the last 10 years have gone by?
Dude. Yeah, like yesterday.
Shit is fucking crazy, dude.
So crazy. But why don't we jump out of the past here and jump into something a little more current, because
I'm gonna fucking finish this joint as well.
So the world is splitting. By that I mean there is a split in Africa that is trying to create itself its own continent.
You better have all the facts right now, Eric.
I've actually been doing a lot of looking this up. It's wild. It's not going to happen for like another billion years that it's going to finish, but Africa literally has a crevice forming into it. Let's see if I can pull something up about it here. And it's, man, you could look up, you scroll down and scroll down and scroll down, and it's everywhere.
All right. Okay.
So
you haven't told me a fucking thing about it yet.
Well, I'm trying to find a good one to go to. So essentially, The first thing that pops up, it is called a geological rift. But what I was reading earlier was it's basically like 7 millimeters a year or something. Like it's not. It's a very, very gradual split. And to be able to go down as far as it would go to actually create a new waterway and rift in Africa, it's going to take way more than our lifetime.
I think, okay, not to just going to change the subject here for a second. We'll get back to it. I think I just decided by looking at your head that I'm not going to cut a mullet into my...
Why not, man?
I don't know, dude.
Dude. So check this.
All right. I will make fun of your hair. Let's go.
Geologists have confirmed that a new ocean is being created, as the African continent is split in half. An international effort has revealed that. A 35 miles long rift appeared in the Ethiopian deserts of the far
When
Rift
did
in
it appear?
2005.
2005.
And is probably the start of a brand
So I'm
new
just
sea.
hearing about this now, like as of the past couple weeks.
The recent study, published in the journal Geophysical Research Letters,
Isn't that kind of like what the Grand Canyon
provides
is?
seismic data from the rift formation
To
demonstrate that it is driven by processes
Or did I just make that up?
similar to those of the
You know,
ocean's
that's a good question. I really don't know. I feel like the Grand Canyon was more formed out of water movement than it was.
for about 30 million years.
That sounds more
The same
likely
motion
than...
has also split the Red Sea, but this is only happening at a rate of a fraction of an inch per year. To ensure that you don't miss...
Well, it would make sense, dude. We talked about it last Pangea. We
that's where I was going with
touched
this.
on it for, the whole. And plus, we've been worried that California is going to break off into the fucking
Yeah, through the San
ocean,
Andreas Fault, man. Then that's
like-
going to happen. The tectonic plates, and it, I guess what I was thinking about it is it makes me think about, everybody talks about how formation happened and so forth, and we don't know what this world was like millions of years ago, but this happening in even 2005 is current in our timeline, right?
Dude, 100 years ago was current if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like it's
in our timeline, that is current, 100%. And the fact that this is, it's becoming more of a thing that my phone has found for some reason over the past couple weeks. When I first seen one thing about it, everything about it popped up, but I got really curious about it. And tectonic movement. It's talking about 5 centimeters a year. It's not a lot. So in order for
do you know
that
what's fucking crazy, actually? We're talking about how 100 years ago is kind of current in history. But to me, 5 centimeters seems like a lot.
I'm sure it does.
Shut the fuck up. God damn it. You motherfucker. If you had a crack in your fucking concrete floor and it's moving 5 centimeters a year, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And it's been happening since 2005, 5 centimeters a year, and it's for the last fucking 18 years.
That's a lot.
Do the math on that. How big is that crack going to be?
Well, I'll tell you here in a second.
5 times 18. It's not that fucking hard. Come on, let's do it.
No, 5 centimeters is an inch.
5 centimeters is an inch, so one inch a year, so 18 fucking inches. That would not be acceptable, and you'd have to redo your concrete.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Foundation would be broken away if it fucking shifted 18 inches in 18 years.
Now, I'm sure. How constant is that 5 centimeters a year, right? Like maybe it moves 5 centimeters for 5 years, and then maybe it's just halted for 10. You know what I mean? But this thing is moving. This thing is moving, and maybe not in our lifetime. I know for a fact not in our lifetime. But at
You
some
know
point,
that for an absolute certainty, Eric. You did the calculation.
in mine and yours,
It's not going to happen.
in mine and yours, unless something disastrous happens, I don't think we're going to see any part of the world completely split all the way to form a new continent.
I'm hopeful that nothing crazy happens within our lifetime, but
I've been fucking wrong before, so
I don't have much faith that it's.
I mean, this article in particular is talking about tectonic plates and the Afar region in Africa. The entire Rift Valley floor is covered with volcanic rock. Suggested in this area, the lithosphere has thinned almost to the point of complete breakup. When this happens, a new ocean will begin forming by the solidification of magma in the space created by the broken up plates. Now, as I was just scrolling through all this, I seen a picture that explained, here's kind of one, but it was a picture that explained that magma underneath the core, how it continues to push up and creates that rift. It's not like an inward cave rift. It's more of a pressure that causes a split. So you think about if you push something upwards, right, what's going to happen? It's going to break away this way, right? That's kind of what this is talking about.
When a plate carrying continental crust breaks apart, the resulting divergent boundary is called a continental rift. Rifting is usually preceded by the formation of a volcanic bulge.
See that
As
pressure
the
moving?
Stretching and vertical thinning of the lithosphere causes the asthenosphere beneath to rise. As the lithospheric mantle stretches, the cool and brittle crust above fractures and faults develop. This creates large fault blocks of crust that slide down.
So they think
into a
Africa's
widening
splitting
rift.
apart because of magma?
These mountains.
Shit underneath the layers of earth, man.
What's fucking terrifying is...
Well, that's where all these volcanoes come from. I mean, obviously, right?
Absolutely. But, like, that's crazy that's causing that to happen. I mean, don't we have a super volcano not that far away from us?
Yellowstone.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's... And that's, like, the scariest volcano in the world, right?
No, I think there's... I want to say Vesuvius is bigger.
Okay. Dude, what's scary about Yellowstone is they say that it's supposed to blow up every 400,000 to 600,000 years. And
When was the last time it erupted?
Like 600,000 years ago.
Perfect.
Yeah, right. Things that make you go, fuck.
I mean, there's been activity they've been tracing over the past few years that's been going on, movement over there in Yellowstone. So Yellowstone is actually rated number 7 in most dangerous volcanoes. Vesuvius being at the top.
Number 7?
Yep. Rainier in Washington is apparently scarier. Mount Rainier is a volcano.
Dude, so if Mount Rainier erupted, it would kill us here?
I got a feeling we'd be hit. Just thinking about the Earth's movement and shit, man, looking into this.
So we got a couple
split.
crazy ass volcanoes that aren't that fucking far away from us in like the
In a geological aspect?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not very far. You got to think we were working in Yellowstone a few years ago.
I know.
I mean, just on the border thereof anyway.
Dude, like, would have been no escaping if it would have went off while we were there. There's no escaping if it goes off while we're here.
Go to the top of the fucking Yellowstone Mountain, that's it.
Yeah, I feel like some people think that it would kill people in Texas.
I don't know if Yellowstone's reaches that far. I do know that to think about, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about again in the last one, though, when we kind of went down rabbit holes about how small we really are.
But
this earth
here's the
underneath
thing.
us.
If Yellowstone erupts and we can somehow filter our breathing, we could technically get to high ground and should be able to ride it out, right?
You would think. So they have a model of the ash distribution from Yellowstone. This would be your ash bed. You're talking Dakotas, northern part of Oklahoma, whatever that fucking state is.
It doesn't think that it would shed ashes to us?
Oh,
according
to that, no.
According to that map, it does say that we would be safe where we're at.
As far as ash. As far as ash, but you're talking Lava Creek ash bed, Huckleberry Ridge ash bed, Mesa Falls ash bed. I'm assuming these are different parts of what's considered the Yellowstone caldera.
Is there a graph on which ones or what colors are more dangerous?
Not in this one.
Because that shit does go all the way to Texas.
Damn right it does. Millimeters. This one shows where everybody would be hit. You're talking, if Yellowstone erupts, New York and DC, fucking Florida, are hitting 1 to 3 millimeters of ash.
There's no way we wouldn't be fucked here.
Oh, well, it's showing right here. We would be sitting in the 100 to 300 millimeters.
Does that say Missoula or does that say Montana? Oh, shit, yeah.
Billings being right in an epicenter.
How deep is 100 to 300 millimeters of ash?
I mean, let's call it 300 times 9 inches of ash.
That's no worse than some snow.
Not with what we got out there. Fuck. I mean, you're talking things are ruined, though, by ash.
Fuck. Hold that thought, dude. I gotta piss. All right, I'm back.
How was that for you, bud?
It was strong.
Strong. Gotta love the strong ones, man.
Good, solid, healthy prostate.
Have you had that tested?
No. But I know it is because I got a solid piss stream.
Well, don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, back to this Yellowstone shit. Pulling up some other shit. I mean, if you're talking blast radiuses, we're just outside the kill zone, if not in it. I mean, we're affected. It looks like there's a lot of different speculation on which way it could directly go, but I mean, I think if the Earth, given what's going on in Africa and the movement there and how it formulates, and I think if the Earth decides to blow something like Yellowstone, I don't think Yellowstone's the only one going with it.
Okay, so do we move to Maine is the question.
Yeah, probably be your farthest point. I mean, I'm thinking like Alaska.
Yeah, let's do it.
Real no hesitation there.
You don't gotta talk me into it.
Man, it's nuts. Just thinking that we live on an Earth with so much capability and we got motherfuckers out here feeding each other fentanyl.
If you're looking at that right there, because we're not filming this, you can't really see, but it basically is showing that the kill zone for Yellowstone exploding is pretty much all of Montana, most of Idaho, all up into how you gonna make that picture go away? What are you doing here?
I didn't mean to. I accidentally clicked something on the laptop here.
Parts of Utah,
corners of Colorado, man. I mean, and that's just where it's projected. You're talking, if that thing blasts, is that immediate blast kill zone, or is that lava trace? Like, and that thing's so close to Rainier.
Yeah,
personally, man, I think if this thing activates, that's activating. There's no way that that's not causing enough pressure underneath the earth in such a... I mean, you got to think this is a wide area to us, right? As far as the earth is concerned, that is a Rhode Island size hole there.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to the earth.
That's bigger than Rhode Island, I think. It's bigger than New York.
Well, yeah, I mean, but when you're talking about the earth as a whole, right? Not just this area. There's going to be enough pressure coming from fucking Yellowstone that Helen's and Rainier is going with it.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's scary, dude.
It is scary.
We should move.
We should move.
I think the fact that, based off that graph right there, living here is pretty dumb idea.
Oh, fuck. You know,
that's rolling some fucking dice, bro. Like, that's... Look up exactly how long ago was the last time Yellowstone erupted.
I was already ahead of you there, but 70,000 years ago.
Oh, so we still got some time then, huh? See, there's that gambling brain right there. You're like, oh, see, we still got some better odds. We could write it out. It's okay, we could survive. About 100,000 years.
So we got about 100,000 years left before Yellowstone erupts. So leave a letter to your grandkids.
Can we really trust the information of Google?
Not necessarily. I mean, how do you predict that, you know? And how do you predict exactly a perfect gap in between
That's
a
like
volcano erupting?
Naming alien races. It's fucking dumb.
I mean, that's fair.
It is. 100%.
It's just wild. That whole rift in Africa, I'm not a much Revelations believer, but fuck, we might burn.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Johnny Cash knew it, dude.
Fuck, that's crazy.
It's nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking scary. Volcanoes are scary, bro.
See, now this article here in 2015 says last major eruption at Yellowstone occurred 640,000 years ago.
See, that's what I thought. I thought it was from what I remember hearing, that it erupts every 400,000 to 600,000 years, and it erupted like 600,000 years ago.
Yeah. Probability that Yellowstone blows its top is 0.00014% each year.
Back to being dumb to live here. I'm down with Alaska, dude. Let's make it happen, Captain.
It says this article, now there's not much for scientific on this article, but it says that the gap in between is 725,000 years. So we still got about another 100,000 years to go.
In all reality, though, like, how do we know? We
don't.
Are they down there testing magma in Yellowstone?
Fuck no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So
you couldn't even send a fucking cockroach down there, man. That thing died.
Well, I mean, they have to be doing some sort of tests that they're getting some sort of information
But
from.
how? There's no way we have any material on Earth that's going to withstand the rock.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're probably using seismographs to judge activity of the Earth movement.
Oh yeah, they're doing all that. But I mean, to see what's actually happening underneath there is, you can use seismographs and see how much it's shaking all you want, but who's to say that thing just doesn't make up its mind one day?
It fucking blows its top and it's just like... just one big fucking queef.
Like that noise after hitting it once too hard, man. Just letting some air out.
It's normal.
It's normal. Completely normal.
Don't feel bad, baby.
You might get in trouble for that one. On the other note, the advertisement on the side of this says, "Don't piss old people off. Older we get, the less life prison is a deterrent."
I'm saying, dude, the earth has been like fucking... You're getting old, bro. It's been fucking with me, dude, the last couple of days. I'm like, God damn it. You're a fucking gray beard ass. It's been 30. Shit. I ain't...
Gray beard ass. I ain't got no gray in my beard.
I never felt what it's like to be 30. No, it's... But in all realness, it's pretty crazy.
It is crazy.
It feels like not that long ago I was just fucking 14-year-old kid.
Causing havoc like there was no tomorrow.
Turning 15, you know?
Yep.
Fucking nuts.
Things are wild, man. The way they turn, the way they play.
That's when we met, was when I was 14.
Yep.
Fucking crazy.
Wild.
Time flies.
I wonder if I could find any pictures of us that old. I'm sure one of our parents got one.
I still remember the first time we hung out, dude.
I don't.
You don't?
No.
The very first time we ever hung out, it was after school, and I don't even know. I don't remember what led up to us hanging out, but I remember being at the softball field.
You were the only other guy that looked like a city kid. And I was a city kid, man.
I wasn't, but I mean...
I know.
But we were hanging out at the softball fields, and I don't remember really what we were doing at the softball fields, but we were kind of just hanging out, and I met your dad that day, too. And I'm pretty sure your dad thought I was just a little punk.
Because you were.
Yeah. Definitely was.
So was I.
But, yeah, shit was crazy. We've been friends ever since.
Yeah. Trials and tribulations in between, but we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, just petty bullshit, really. In the scheme of things.
We're still just a couple assholes.
Oh, yeah. I'm not as bad of an asshole as I used to be.
No.
Definitely calmed down a lot. My wife would probably tell you a little differently. But...
That's just the story.
I'm not, no.
I mean, that's part of it, though, man. I'm not the same asshole I was even 10 years ago. You know?
Yeah.
We're still just a couple assholes, though.
Talking to that fucking microphone.
Fuck you, bud.
That's better. Much better.
I'm going to have to take a shot of that whiskey.
Oof, we doing... I know I brought this out because...
You just spent the whole time getting baked, bud.
I did. I kind of forgot about it. Let's do a fucking shot.
Oof, Canadian.
I couldn't even tell you the last time I took a shot.
I could. Last night.
I did not take a shot last night, so you could not... You probably did.
That's what I mean.
You fucking drunkard.
Hey, easy. I go through phases. Some days I drink for a few days. Some days I don't drink for a few weeks.
Dude, this is probably...
Oh, I'm going to regret every second of this whiskey right now. You can tell by the smell of it.
Gibson's Finest. I bet you that's cheap, dude.
I got to look up the bottle, man.
I don't know where it came from.
Your wife probably brought it home from work at one point. Before she worked at the hospital.
Yeah, probably.
Gibson's Finest.
$12.99. Am I right?
Let's see. Gibson's Finest, Canadian Whiskey Rare. That is not the same bottle, but it's definitely the same brand. And you're looking at about a solidly average of $24 to $26 a bottle. That's cheap whiskey.
It's about some Jack.
Also cheap whiskey.
They got country songs about how good Jack Daniels are.
That's great.
Dude, I hear that song, that Jack makes good whiskey, but God makes the good stuff. And I'm like, Jack does not fucking make good whiskey.
Jack does not. They're black barrel shit, and they're long distilled, dude. That stuff's not bad.
Nope.
But you're talking high-end prices. Elijah Craig, that's some good whiskey.
That whiskey that Felicia brought home from the hotel,
that was Scotch. Same difference, but that was Scotch.
That motherfucking shit.
That was good.
Set the bar. And it set it high. And it's going to take a couple $1,000s to break it, I think.
I've had a few good bottles of whiskey.
There's like a $6,000 bottle of Crown.
I mean, I like Crown. I don't know if I like it $6,000 worth.
Are we going to take this shot, or are we just going to talk about it?
Well, we're going to talk about it, bud.
$24. How much would a shot of this cost? Anything like $3.99?
At the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That tasted like asshole.
Yeah, that was bad. I don't.
It tastes like.
Why did that have to be the first shot I take in fucking a year? Gross, dude.
I'll tell you what, though. I have had this stuff.
I cannot.
Buffalo Trace. It's pretty good.
I cannot co-sign Gibson's Finest.
And I've had Oakadine. That's pretty good stuff. Elijah Craig's pretty good whiskey.
Sorry, Gibson's Finest, if you hear this, but
not impressed.
Your shit's nasty. Oh, fuck.
I mean, it's better Canadian whiskey. I mean, I wouldn't say better, but it's not terrible Canadian whiskey. Some Canadian whiskeys are just bad.
There's probably some old guy in fucking British Columbia that lives off that shit.
It's a 12-year age. But it's a glass bottle. A thick-ass glass bottle.
I don't give
Very nicely packaged.
I don't give a fuck about the bottle. The contents inside the bottle is no good.
Canadian whiskey by law must be aged a minimum of 3 years. I didn't know they had a law for that.
Dude, I think the weekend after next, we should get Dennis in here. I'm going to call him. See if he wants to do it. We should get him drunk.
We won't do a whole lot of talking at that, right?
Bro.
He'll have some stories.
Dude, that motherfucker.
But he has some insight on worldly shit.
I have this friend, he's from Romania, and he was like a firefighter in Romania and did a bunch of fucking crazy shit over there, and then came over here, and now he's like a master technician. He's a fucking badass, dude. He's a little crazy, but he's a badass.
I met him one time. He was cool, though. I mean, we drove down the street to AutoZone fixing my truck, and we were already talking about the stuff going on in Russia and whatnot then. And
dude, his opinions of that shit is crazy. That's like...
Yeah.
Dude, when you talk to people that actually lived in communist countries...
I've other than Dennis, I've never really talked to anybody that...
Dude, they cannot fathom why anybody would want to live that way. Like, why they would ask for it. Like, the Cuba situation is fucking crazy. Fucking Russia. I don't even want to talk about what's going on in Russia and Ukraine right now, because I don't know who to believe with that whole situation.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know enough about what's being told to us.
There's just a lot of
you know what I mean?
There's just a lot of propaganda.
Oh, a lot of propaganda and a lot of this is what you'll hear.
It's just like with our own media. Just can't. I don't know who to believe.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, I had to drink some water. That shit's gross.
You got some Snoop Dogg wine in there we can get hammered off of?
No, bro. Snoop Dogg wine's being saved for a special occasion.
I mean,
I'm not opening that bottle till I'm on Long Beach, dog. Just chilling on vacation.
you know how many bottles of those are in the stores down in Missoula?
I don't give a fuck.
They're everywhere, bro.
I've had that one since 2017. Good luck finding ones from 2017 on the shelf in fucking Missoula.
That's fair. It's just sitting there aging.
Yep. Doing its thing. I'm going to open it in 2037.
I bet if you asked Alex, he could tell you to put it in a wood barrel or something and just really age that shit strong.
Fucking...
That man's got some wine knowledge.
Dude, Cybernetic Tiger has been saying he wants to come on the podcast, you said?
Yeah, yeah.
We should have him.
We should have him.
Let's do it.
The fucker's still in my phone as Sci-Ti. I sent you that screenshot the other day.
That's what fucking...
Had him talking to himself the other day.
Yeah, dude, that's super cool. Man, I've actually got a lot of good feedback. You know, we're not getting many plays right now, which is okay, but
share us and we will.
Yeah,
it'll grow.
But one thing that I've noticed in the analytics too, though, is like most of the traffic is coming from like inside of YouTube itself. Like we're being recommended on other videos, and people are actually clicking on it. I think we got to work on our fucking thumbnail game. I don't know. I don't want to be the fucking guy that uses clickbait, so I want to just have a catchy thumbnail. You know, one that at least draws the eye.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have the graphic fucking knowledge to do that myself, so it might be something that we gotta...
If I remember correctly, Jerry Ishman's got a background in, I think he's a realtor right now, but he's got some graphic art stuff behind him.
Yeah, I've definitely done stuff, but I guess I have to do research on, like, what works the best for YouTube thumbnails, you know. There's a lot. I've been reading so much.
I don't know. YouTube's a 10 and under playground anymore.
No, it's fucking not. Bro.
No, it's not. There's everything on YouTube, but that's just because we got kids.
If you think it's
they log onto your YouTube, and then all of a sudden everything that pops up from you is...
Yeah, it's way more than that, dude.
Oh, there's everything on YouTube. Everything. You could frame a house learning off of YouTube.
One thing that's fucking crazy that I don't really know what to think about. The state of Montana is about to move forward with passing a bill to ban the use of TikTok statewide.
Really?
Which I'm not quite sure how they're going to enforce that.
Cell towers, man. There's a lot of power behind those things.
I got 3 words. Virtual private network.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, as long as I'm filming in my bedroom and I don't got no Montana mountains in the background, yeah, am I really gonna get in trouble?
It's like how they used to track copyright, dude, your IP address. But
VPN, you can't. Well, I don't want to say you can't. I don't know that much about it. I'm sure that somebody probably can figure out.
So Montana Senate passed a bill to prohibit TikTok from operating anywhere in the state.
Yes. But it still has to go through some more steps.
Governmental bodies on state and national levels have been increasing efforts in opposition to TikTok, a short form video app owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance. Over 20 states, including Utah, even banned the app from all government devices, and several college campuses nationwide have prohibited the use of the app on school property. However, Montana lawmakers want to take these bans a step further. Last week, a bipartisan bill to ban TikTok statewide, even on personal devices, was passed by the state Senate. According to NBC Montana, if the bill is approved by the House and Governor, TikTok will not be able to operate within state lines. With all these efforts to do away with TikTok popping up across the country, questions might arise. How does this relate to the First Amendment? Is it even realistic or possible for the government to take apps off of personal devices? Well, to answer that question, the government has more fucking power than we think they do.
My fucking thing is that's the question. Is it against our constitutional rights?
I think somewhere it is. I mean, it's in some way, shape, or form it is, because it falls under the freedom of speech.
Because if it is against our constitutional rights to ban the use of an app, I don't know if it actually is or not.
I don't either. I mean,
but if it is, how are they going to enforce it?
Yeah. That's a good question. I mean, so, here's part of your answer. Originally, bill was fitted also to penalize internet service providers if they supported TikTok on their networks. So it's not going to be enforcing it through us. It's going to be enforcing it through the powers that provide us the freedom to have that, i.e., Verizon, AT&T,
but still,
Spectrum.
If it's breaking our constitutional rights to freedom of speech, right now, there's 5 stages to the First Amendment, right? I don't know what they are, but they got to be easy to find. But I know there's 5 of them. Holy fuck, you're gonna break your keyboard, bro. Calm down.
So,
yeah, there you go. Read those right there.
Speech, press, religion, assembly, petition.
I feel like TikTok could fall under.
I feel like it falls under press and speech.
And assembly.
Assembly is more so protest and so forth.
What the fuck do you think most of TikTok is used for?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's bringing people together in a social setting. But what the problem is that they're saying that they're banning TikTok because of its risks to national security, because of the data that it collects. They're basically saying that it's spying on us, right?
It's their loophole to be able to follow.
But here's the thing. I think they're only mad about it because it's China doing it. Because have you ever read the terms of service to Facebook?
No, I have not.
You ever read the terms of service to Instagram?
No.
Snapchat. You think those pictures really fucking disappear?
No, probably not. There's a server somewhere collecting every bit of that.
But here's the thing. They're American-owned companies, so they don't give a fuck about the data that Google collects from us, right? Because isn't there a fucking whole entire section of the government whose job it is to fucking spy on us in the first place? Anyways, I'm fucking hungry. Let's go eat. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for the 3rd episode of the VoKab's Voice of Unreason podcast. We'll see you next time.
I'm up all night, but everything is alright. It's a rough week and I don't get enough sleep. It's a long year pretending I belong here. It's a broke day, but everything is okay. I'm up all night, but everything is